How to make your fruit grow without any bees in the garden, especially your zucchini or squash plant. This works for pumpkin plant, butternut squash plant thing as well. We're going to talk about the male and female and how the best way to hand pollinate. So the flowers only open one day, and it basically a couple hours it stays open in that one day. So you gotta come in the morning time and hand pollinate. Most people use a Q-tip or a electric toothbrush. I'm gonna use a small paintbrush. I believe when you use the Q-tip, a lot of pollen stuck on the Q-tip, and you're male, you're not getting enough pollen to the female. And if you don't apply enough pollen to the female, sometimes your fruit is not gonna grow big, sometimes it's not gonna grow the best. So you wanna make sure you're applying a lot of pollen. Now I'm gonna tell you too, if we pollinate, we're guaranteeing a grow, but sometimes you could pollinate and your fruit still turn yellow or brown or rotten and it didn't grow. And the other reason could be lack of calcium. If the plant doesn't have enough calcium, it's not gonna grow. The fruit is gonna rotten. And that's I'm gonna show you what we're gonna add to keep the plant healthy. Before I take a look and you're new, please do subscribe. It's 100% free, and every time I upload it, you guys will get a video right away, and it helps my channel, and I appreciate it. In a 5-gallon container, and we got a 1-hour bamboo stick right here. We're gonna put 2 in this plant. You could use like a 6 feet bamboo stick. That's pretty cool. Now this plant had disease, and it's attacked from the cold weather, and I got attacked from some bugs and stuff, and it looked like the rain damaged my flower a little bit. This plant has seen the worst. All right, you see all that yellow stuff right in there? That's the pollen. We want to get all that pollen. This is the male flower in an early stage. It's a very skinny, thin stem at the bottom with the bud, which is going to open up to be your flower right here. Look like some spider or something. So now this is another male that I already finished there. See that? That's another male flower. So we're going to take from the male and we're going to go to the female. This is a female right here. So if we look right here, you see how the female base is thick and it looks like already like a zucchini. And then look, we get a younger one over there. Look at that. We got the bud and look how it looks. So the female is much thicker at the base. The female is like more heavy duty than the male. This is pretty sad for the male. Just apologize out there, guys. I don't like this. This is no good. So if we look right here, that's how the female look inside. You guys get a close-up look, and that's your female flowers. And we're gonna come to our male right here. I'm taking my time, so beginners, anyone new. So gently, we're gonna come here and look. I just want to show you. See the pollen right there? And then we're gonna gently apply it all over. It's no specific way. Look, anything that's on the ground in the flower, we're gonna get it to. Look how much. This is what you need to pollinate anything. And then we come right here, and then we go like that. Be gentle. You do not want to break off anything. Do not do this fast. Do not rush. You got to take your time. That's right. That's enough. And look, we still have enough pollen right there. We could pollinate 2 to 3 fruit with 1. So let's say you got a female flower is going to open within the next 2 days, but you got a male open today, and you're not going to worry that you're not going to have a male to pollinate. You could cut it off from the base, which I'm going to show you, put it in a mason jar container, or you could put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the fridge. It'll last for a couple days, and you could use that pollen and hand pollinate back. I did it before. It worked. You could always cut off the male flower at the end right here. Cut off the male flower and then just remove the petals and take it gently and apply it to the female. And that's it too, if you don't have like a Q-tip or anything. But if you want to hand pollinate or you want to leave some for the bees, that's why I don't recommend to remove the flower. Leave it back because look, we still have enough. The bees will come in there and they have pollen, even to pollinate your neighbor's one. You got to increase the calcium. Today my wife picked up, when she went to Walmart, she picked up this bone meal fertilizer. I never used this brand before. I can't recommend it yet because I have no idea about it. It said organic and it promotes stronger roots, which calcium does. Calcium basically strengthen up the roots, strengthen up the plant, and then strengthen up the base, the cell wall of the fruit. No matter what fertilizer you add last week, it's okay. Make sure to read your instruction in the back, thumb all the way around the end, and then I'm gonna water it. So this way I know that my plant is, we got fertilizer, or if I add compost, and now we add some calcium. Just a little bit like that I add. I don't go crazy. Some people do like a whole cup. I don't need to do a whole cup because this is only a 5-gallon container. So a little bit right there. And then I do this every 3 weeks to keep the plant healthy. And look, we got more male and we got more female. Look, this small one right here, see that? That's a male right there. Skinny stem at the bottom. Always remember, look at the female. It's much more thicker even at early stage. Some people might ask themselves, like, do I really need to hand pollinate? Well, if you have bees in your garden and you're not losing any of your vegetables, you don't need to hand pollinate. But say like you don't have any bees, or you barely have, like, you know, first squash or zucchini plant or anything like that, you could go ahead and hand pollinate. So this way you do not lose the fruit. But if you have bees, do not hand pollinate. The bees actually look forward for this. This is their job, this is their time. Let them pollinate and our fruit, and this way they, you know, basically they work for free and produce fruit for us. So that's a win-win. So if you're looking for a good fertilizer, I tell you, like, the ratio would generally consider would be like a 10-10-10 ratio. But what I normally do is I add a all-purpose fertilizer, and I'll boost the calcium with a bone meal or just like a garden lime or something. I get hundreds of squash and zucchini harvests every season because I do plant a lot of plants. So I do have the experience on using the all-purpose fertilizer and a organic calcium or something. So it works, it does not affect the plant, damage the plant or anything like that. You actually get a good growing production. And my plant right there, if you're curious, I'm growing it vertically upward. We're going to be tying the plant growing vertically upward as we go, and I'll do an update video to show you guys. So thank you so much for watching Green Tea Garden. Check in the description box for any of the calcium or fertilizer. I'm gonna leave the links. Always check in there for any kind of product I recommend. And if you're new, welcome to Green Tea Garden. Please do subscribe. I really appreciate if you guys could subscribe. My channel is growing. I'm setting my goal, 100K subscriber this year, and teaching everybody how to grow a better garden, save some money, live healthy, live happy, eat better, enjoy your meal. Outdoor backyard vegetables taste 10 times better. I don't care what anyone tell you. I'm telling you something. Most of these stuff I toss on the grill and is the best. No chemical, no halfway nutrition value in there. Listen, when we harvest, we have 100% nutrients inside our vegetables. So we're getting every single ounce of nutrients from that into our body. You buy the one from the store, it's like 3 weeks old. So much chemical, half of the nutrients, the enzyme already die, they didn't make it. So we're eating like empty vegetables, and then some people overcook the vegetables, so you're not getting anything out of it. So if you do it from your backyard, even if you light cook it, you still have a lot of nutrients to help your body, keeping you healthy, looking young, feeling better, more time with the kids and the grandkids. All right, so thank you so much for watching Green Tea Garden. Don't forget, leave a comment. Appreciate everybody who's been subscribing and supporting. You guys have a blessed, wonderful weekend. I'm going to try upload this video. This is Friday morning. Got to take the kids to school before we miss the bus, but I'll see you guys next time.